Welcome to Amazing China. I'm Roseann Lake. In the ancient China, the emperor's chairs, also known as dragon thrones, were usually the most luxurious and precious of their kind, made only with the finest materials. Today, they are still of great worth. At a Sotheby's auction in 2009, a dragon throne formerly owned by Emperor Qian Long of the Qing Dynasty sold for almost $12 million. This throne was made of zitan, one of the rarest and most precious woods in the world. Because of its rarity, it's hard to find real zitan for sale today, but I'm going to take you to a place where thousands of the most exquisite zitan items are kept.
Zitan, one of the most precious materials in the world, is also known as the wood of the emperors. One small zitan object can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But here we have a place where countless valuable zitan artworks are displayed. And perhaps most shockingly, all of these zitan treasures belong to one legendary woman. Who is she, and why did she build such a sumptuous zitan museum? On this episode of Amazing China, Roseann will take you to a zitan wonderland to find the answers.
Here we are in the China Red Sandalwood Museum. Founded in 1999, the museum is the first and largest private museum in China dedicated to the collection, research, and display of zitan furniture and artwork. A paradise for wood enthusiasts, it covers an area of 10,000 square meters. All of these priceless treasures are available to the public thanks to Chen Lihua, the foundress and curator of the museum.
I
was born into the imperial family of the Qing Dynasty. A lot of furniture we used was made of zitan. When I was a little girl, I was so drawn to it that I used to touch it and smell it. My father also taught me about the furniture so that I could really appreciate it.
It was Madame Chen's fondness for zitan that motivated her to construct such a luxurious zitan palace. However, her efforts to protect and preserve zitan treasures began long before the opening of the museum. During the Chinese Cultural Revolution of the 1960s, Madame Chen risked her life to save several valuable pieces of zitan furniture.
During the Cultural Revolution, a lot of exquisite zitan furniture was destroyed. It pained me to watch these treasures be underappreciated. Therefore, I decided to protect them, and when the revolution was nearing an end, I began to collect all the furniture I had saved, digging up those that had been buried and repairing those that were broken.
This daintily carved cabinet is one of the many zitan objects that Madame Chen saved from being destroyed. In order for these prized objects to make it through the Cultural Revolution, she had to hide them in a pig pen. Luck was on her side, and the items were not found, but took an aesthetic beating. After meticulous restoration, however, this cabinet looks as it did originally, providing great historic and aesthetic value for its visitors. In addition to these zitan antiques, there are also thousands of modern zitan creations, though this doesn't take away from the opulence of the centuries-old scale models and furniture. Numerous basso-relievos give full display to the charms of red sandalwood, like the scale reproduction of the gate of Longchuan Temple. Carved on a 5:1 scale, 320 dragons are presented in different postures using extraordinary carving skills. The value of the items collected in this museum is unimaginable. If converted into money, it would represent an astronomical fortune. However, Madame Chen firmly refuses to sell any pieces, regardless of how alluring the offer.
I've never sold any of my Zitan furniture. I know exactly how much they're worth, but I will never sell. They are a precious Chinese tradition which should be passed down from generation to generation.
To preserve and carry forward the Chinese Zitan culture, Madame Chen has invested an enormous fortune. From purchasing large quantities of Zitan wood to maintaining the ancient Zitan artworks, she has invested millions of dollars. But what exactly makes Zitan wood so precious? And what secret techniques are used to work it into traditional Chinese architecture? Find the answers in our next episode. I'm Roseann Lake, and we'll see you next time.